Welcome back to episode 5. This is my series where I reimagine Telltale's The Walking Dead as a live-action show. Each episode will explore the original story and choices as if they were brought to life on screen. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, you know what to do, but anyways, on to episode 5. The opening of episode 5 would start just by following a zombie as they wander, eventually making their way to the St. John dairy farm, where it will then walk its way right into the electric fence, zapping the zombie like a bug. And that's when we will cut to the intro sequence. After that, we will be back with Lee, Carly, and Joey as they finally arrive, greeted by big ol' Brenda.
Here it is, St. John Family Dairy.
I thought I saw y'all with company coming down the drive.
Guys, this is our mama.
I'm Brenda St. John, and welcome to the St. John Dairy.
Introductions will be pretty much the same. They'll bring up food, they'll bring up their cow, and Joey will make sure to bring up Kaja, the vet.
We have a vet, but we could bring her here. We can help you folks out.
A vet? Oh my! Our prayers have been answered!
Wanting their cow checked on, Brenda will invite Kaja and the rest of the group over for a proper dinner, and her and Danny will then head inside. Carly will take the basket of food, and she heads back on her own to retrieve everyone else. So it's now just Lee, Joey, and Andy. Joey asks about the electrical fence as Lee notices the broken swing. Focusing on it, Andy sees this, but just continues talking about the fence, eventually asking for help patrolling the fence border, where we'll then cut to Lee and Joey doing just that. Talking about earning their keep, Larry, the St. John's, and just food, all while pushing dead zombies off the fence. They'll continue their bro talk as they cross over the fence to pry a zombie off. The second they do, the electricity is somehow turned back on, startling both of them, only for an arrow to fly right past Joey's face.
Holy fuck! What just happened?
The fences are on.
Why the hell would he turn the fence on? He knows we're out here.
What the? Get to the gate!
The two immediately duck and take cover behind the nearby tractor, using the same methods to make their way back to the farm. Now, you may notice, no one was shot. Well, that's because we'll cut to a quick scene of Carly back at the motel, drawing instructions on a map for Lily. And then Lily leading everyone besides Carly and Ben, who stayed back, to the farm. As they're getting closer, we'll see the group get attacked from the woods, multiple arrows flying at the group, indicating that it's the same group that attacked Lee. Our group will all duck, scream, and run, Kenny and Kaja protecting Duck and Clem. As they get away, we will see that Travis was shot in the back. We'll cut back to Lee and Joey, who are now getting back to the entrance of the farm, where they are greeted by their own group, already arrived in a small argument. Everyone is basically panicking, and Brenda will be escorting the injured Travis into the home. Questioning what's going on, Lee and Joey learn that the group got attacked on their way here. Letting them know about their own attack, Danny is left infuriated, and their deal is eventually revealed.
You knew about these people?
Food for protection. Not like we had much of a choice, but they did stop hassling us.
God damn it. Carly said this place was locked down tight.
So, Danny offers to track some of them down and get revenge, just like in the game.
They're hard to pin down, but I think I know where at least one of their camps are. When you're ready to go scope out that bandit camp, come find us.
And Kenny immediately offers his help instead. Andy does his best to de-escalate the situation, promising everyone that they're safe on the property, and they somewhat settle down as Andy continues talking. Eventually, everyone then breaks off as they just wait for food, and Andy directs Kaja to the cow in the barn. Still questioning the farm's safety, Lee then notices that the swing is now fixed. And that's when we will cut to a scene of Lee pushing Clementine on that swing, as Larry stares him down the whole time. They'll talk about everyday things and Travis until Clem eventually asks,
"Do you think things will ever get back to how they were?"
where Lee is truthful but hopeful. After this, we'll cut to Danny and Kenny as they're on their mission. Kenny basically just replacing Lee here. We'll learn more about Danny as they search the camp, and then out of nowhere a single bandit surprises them but doesn't act quick enough, and Kenny and Danny are both able to draw their weapons on him. They'll go back and forth in an argument about the deal the St. John's made with them, but when the bandit starts aggressively yelling about the taste of the food and about how his people are getting sick, Danny quickly executes him.
Tell him what you got in mind.
Leaving Kenny in pure shock. Since Kenny is the one to go with Danny, it wouldn't really make sense including Jolene, the original person they run into in the games, only because she was obsessed with Clementine, so it obviously related directly back to Lee. But we'll have a small scene of Carly and Ben back at the motel. Carly will be sitting up on lookout as Ben walks out of a room and towards Carly, looking sad as hell. He'll then ask if Coach David will ever get a proper burial, with Carly saying yes, obviously trying to cheer the kid up. Carly will then ask why he chose to stay behind. Ben stays silent for a second before just saying that he wasn't really hungry, avoiding eye contact the whole time, until he asks her why she stayed back. Carly will then reveal the basket of biscuits, claiming that it was her reward. Back at the dairy farm, Clem wants to see the cow, so Lee will lead her towards the barn, when he notices Lily standing alone. He motions Clem inside and heads over to talk to Lily. They'll talk about her relationship with Kenny and her leadership. Lee kinda playing both sides, agreeing with Lily and Kenny.
You're a good leader, Lily. Kenny's too emotional, but his intentions are in the right place. Still, it'd be best for all of us if you two could try to work together once in a while.
Before they finish their conversation, Larry barges in, telling Lee to stay away from Lily. Lily kind of bickering back, but Lee just humbly accepting and walks away. As Lee's walking away, Larry claims to him, "This better be worth it." Inside the barn, Kaja will be running some wellness checks on the cow as Clem and Duck just admire the giant creature. Joey there too, kinda just observing, as Andy stands by telling stories pre-apocalypse about the cow. That's when Lee will walk in, he'll greet Clementine, and then ask some questions about the barn. He'll thank Andy for fixing the swing, and they'll be getting along just fine. That's when we hear Danny yelling for Andy outside, so obviously Andy goes and leaves. Lee is about to go with him when he gets stopped by Joey to talk. Joey here will basically take Kenny's spot in the games, acting paranoid and wondering about the locked barn door, stating that he's been on edge ever since they got ambushed. In this conversation, he'll especially bring up about how Andy locked the door almost immediately. Lee reluctant about it until Joey brings up protecting Clementine. That's when Joey will then explain that he could take the padlock off and replace it when he's done.
See those screws? Instead of breaking the padlock, we can just take off the assembly, have a peek inside, and then replace it all again like nothing ever happened.
We'll cut to Big Brenda peeking outside the front door and ringing the dinner bell as we see Danny, Andy, and Kenny in the front yard. Back in the barn, Kaja and the kids will all get up excited, and Lee will tell them they'll be right there, taking an extra second looking at Clementine. And as soon as they leave, Lee turns to Joey and gives his permission. Joey will start working on the door with Lee at guard. As tension builds, Joey will get the lock off and open the door, revealing both of them in shock just kind of take it in. And while they're taking it in, Andy walks back into the barn saying,
Didn't you hear the bell? Dinner time.
and that would end episode 5. There's definitely room in there to squeeze just more conversations in, especially with characters we haven't seen much recently, like Larry talking with Brenda, or Duck, Kaja, and Andy talking. Just little character moments and conversations. But other than that, another episode with the St. John's down, and another episode in general down. Like always, let me know your thoughts and ideas down in the comments, like the video if you enjoyed, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos, especially episode 6. And with that, I will see you guys next time.
Hey, Lee, you know how to pick a lock, right?
No, why would you say that?
Well, you're, you know, urban?
Oh, you are not